fresh out the can of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a pen. How you went through it so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably pushed on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whiny. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on it and you be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the road men.
All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. Unique Mecca Audio. I decided to go live today so we could do what we got to do. Let me know if you could hear me in the comments. Let me know what's going on. You know what I mean? We're going to get this thing going. I'm doing a live right now. So, you know, you could ask in comments, you know, and do what you do. All right? So don't say I didn't tell you. We get ready to start this up. This is about Derek Chauvin, the officer that was that put his knee on George Floyd's neck, you know? So I'm just letting you know what time it is. That's what this is right now. So we're going to speak on how it is. I'm trying to get it set up so I can see the comments, you know? So put a comment in. Let me see what's going on. All right. Let me see where we at. I'm going to bring this over here. You know, he just got hit up day after Thanksgiving. I told y'all about that the way it work in the prison is we have what we call a truce. You know, so on the holidays, things like that, we'll tell everybody, you know, whatever beef you got, let us get our visits on with our families before you go doing anything, because we don't want no bull crap, you know what I mean? And we want to be able to see our family. So that's the way that worked. Now, Derek Chauvin, which we already know, you know, he a 47-year-old man. He doing his thing out there. He had his foot on George Floyd's neck, you know, caused a big uprising and all that. So on the strength of that, you know, a lot of things happen that we don't want to, you know, we don't want to glamorize, and we have to keep it in perspective. He had his day in court. He was found guilty. Okay, so now I can see the comments over there. All right. So now check. So Derek Chauvin, right? He laid. Okay, remember I painted a picture. Like I said, it's when we in prison, it's like, everybody say there's no honor amongst thieves, but it's understanding and respect amongst thieves. You know, understand and respect mean dude feel like, yo, I'm tired of this dude being on the compound, so I'm gonna make my move on him. And you know, his car tell him, you know, hold up, let everybody have their visits, let us have our Thanksgiving turkey, let us do what we gotta do, so that while we doing what we gotta do, y'all could sit there and, you know, enjoy your day. And then day after Thanksgiving, then y'all do what you want to do. So that's what happened with that. So now he gets in the thing, and he's walking out of compound. Now, while he walk on the compound, dude tired of his bull crap, just knowing that he's even on the compound and feel like he's not even supposed to be on the compound. So being that he's not even supposed to be on the compound, they look at it like, oh, no, we got to get rid of this dude right here, you know? So at the same time, dude rolls up, he hits him up, boom, boom, boom. So now he hits him up, he laying down, he's seeing lights. You know what I mean? It's 12 p.m. in the afternoon, but he's seeing bright lights and stars, you know, because he don't know where he going or what's going to happen after that. So now they hit the deuces. The deuces where they hit the walkie-talkie, the little orange button, and the police go running over there to him. And when the police go running over there to him, they got all of us, and they tell us to lay down on our back. You know, what's up? Yeah, they tell all of us to lay down, you know, on the ground. So when we lay down on the ground, you know, everything is crazy. They come running in. They come grab them. When they come grab them, they trying to, you know, do what they got to do for them. And then here comes the medical. The medical come running out with the gurney. So when they come running out with the gurney, you know, all you see is about 4 or 5 nurses pushing this gurney down the compound, running full speed. So they running, they're trying to save his life. So while they running, trying to save his life, they get to him, you know, they throw him on the gurney, they take him up to what they call R&D. When they take him into R&D, you know, they call the hospital and they say, okay, well, we got to airlift him, you know what I mean, to the hospital because this here is looking a little life-threatening, as they call it, you know. So they handcuff him and shackle him to the gurney. So now he's handcuffed and shackled to the gurney. The helicopter come in, and he get ready to go on a nice little helicopter ride, you know? So while he's going on this helicopter ride, they sitting there, and everybody's like, oh, man, what the hell is going on, you know? So we still in the yard, and we waiting to see what's going to go on. So while we waiting to see what's going to go on in the yard, like what the police going to do with him, you know, they make us take our shirts off, and when we take our shirts off, they do what they call a body check. A body check is where you got to hold, you know, you take your shirt off the top, you got to hold your hands out so they could look to see if you got any scars on your hand, blood on your hand, bruises or whatever, because if you got bruises on your hand, that means that you was involved in whatever was going down. So they check you, they look at your upper body, they tell you to turn around backwards, they look at your, you know, lower body and things like that. So once they do that, then they march you into the units. So when they take you in the units, you go in your cell. When everybody's secured in their cell, they have a head count. They count everybody in the cell. And when they count everybody in the cell, you know, they come back once the count is clear, and then they do another body check in case somebody slipped through the crack and an officer might have missed them, or officer let him go because he official or whatever. So that's how that works out. So now they do the body check. They make sure everything is all right. But now they airlifting, you know, Derek to the joint. So we gonna ride back to, you know, Derek Chauvin in R&D. So they got him in R&D, and while he's in R&D, you know, they handcuff and shackle him to the gurney. Now, picture you stabbed, you wounded, you laying on your back, and they got you handcuffed and shackled to the gurney. You know what I mean? So we know that when George Floyd, you know, got hit, this man's foot on his neck, his last words was, "I can't breathe." You know, do you think that Derek Chauvin said, "I can't breathe"? Would you have liked him to say, "I can't breathe"? That's on you. Put it in the comments. That's where that go. So now everything is moving official, and while it's moving, nobody knows what's going on. You understand? Nobody knows what's going on. in the hospital. So the nurses get him in there. The doctor say, "Yo, we got to check his body, to get to the wound. Could you take the handcuffs off so we could turn him over?" And the correction officer said, "Nah, we can't do that. We can't take the handcuffs off. But if you don't take them off, he's not going to make it." And they're like, "Yeah, well, he just ain't going to make it because it's against protocol to take the handcuffs off of anybody, So that's how that go. So you understand? But now, with him, they probably took the handcuffs off. But with us, they didn't take the handcuffs off. So don't even worry about it. Hey, you know what I mean? They ain't never took no handcuffs off me. But while he's in the hospital and this is going on, we back in the units and they got something that they call, interviews. So they do interviews where they call out one cell at a time. Like if you got a cellie, you and your cellie would go into the unit team office. They ask you questions and they want to know, did you see anything? Do you know what's going on? Did you hear anything? And of course, you're going to say no. Then they're going to ask you, if you did know, would you tell us? So when they ask them, would you tell us? Let's say a dude say, yeah, I'll tell you if I knew, I just don't know. Now, what they do is they take that same paper and they bring it back to your car and say, yo, your man came back here and was willing to tell. They're telling you that because they figure if you're willing to tell on your own comrades, you definitely going to tell on the police. So the police don't like, a rat bastard either. And just so you understand what go on in the penitentiary. So don't say that I didn't tell you, how that thing go. So they're asking them, does he got any, they're asking him, do we have any information to give? So first thing you're supposed to say is, I ain't got nothing to give. That's what it is. So don't even play these games with me, But now they done took the dude paperwork back out there in the court and they done told them what time it is. And, now the car got to run him up top, because now you showing that you weak and you willing to tell on your comrade, and we don't want no rat bastards on the compound with us. That's the way it play out. So don't say I didn't tell you, and don't say you didn't know, because these are the games that a lot of people play. They try and play ignorance, like if, oh, I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know that was going to happen. But it don't work like that. We don't do none of that, you know what I mean, when it comes to telling. So now, after that, then they let us go back in the unit, and then they have what they call modified opening the compound. Modified opening the compound means that when you go in a unit, you already know there's two sides to the unit. You got cells upstairs, cell downstairs on the left, upstairs, downstairs on the right. Now, they let one range out at a time because that's less inmates and they could kind of contain it and watch it. And they let us out for like showers, microwave, to use the computer, to email our family, tell us we all right, the telephone, and things like that. So now we get access to all that. So once we get access to all that, we use the phone and we stay out for about an hour, for each range. So it takes 4 hours and about 15 minutes to lock everybody in the cell. So it's about 6 hours to let everybody out for 1 hour, because only one range coming out at a time. And when they do that, they let people go back to the unit team in case they got unit team business they want to take care of. But at the same time, dudes go back there acting like it's like it's unit team business. But when they go back there and they start telling. You know what I mean? So when they start telling, like I said, administration come back and they tell the car, yo, your man came back here doing the lockdown and he was telling us this and that. We know he's a rat bastard and we don't want him on the compound and we feel that, we can't transfer him. Well, you could do what you want to do. So that's what it is. So now when he come back out, now the car know about it. They have a meeting to see how they're going to deal with it. 9 times out of 10, they say, we're going to put the banger in them, or as Bunky Pound says, Banky Pound says, the Bethlehem. So now here goes another stab, bang, 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 bang. But now the administration knew that this was coming. You understand? They knew this was coming. So being that they knew that it was coming, as far as, dude getting hit up, because they don't put the information out there. So it's like putting a hit on them, but that's the way it works because nobody wants to live with a rat bastard, not even the police. So, that's how that go. So if y'all got any questions, put it in the comments because, Derek Chauvin, like I said, they had to handcuff and shackle him to a gurney when they said that he already had life-threatening wounds. So imagine what it feel like to be handcuffed and shackled on your back with holes in you leaking like a pork fish or pork pig, and you sitting there and, you feel like I can't breathe. You know, that's when you call that karma. Because karma, is a biatch. You know what I mean? So now it was his turn to say I can't breathe. But that's just the beginning because he got 22 and a half years to serve. So it's, it is what it is. But now, so that's what's happening with that. So imagine never being on a helicopter, but now they take you on a helicopter ride while you all stabbed up. You damn near ready to die. You know what I mean? You feel like you're about to die, but you handcuffed and shackled and you can't move. And God forbid you get stabbed in your back and they handcuff you on your back. Now the police got to roll you over while you still handcuffed, to the joint. So you handcuffed to the joint and you got to roll over so they could do it so you feel the pain in your back. You know what I mean? That's the same way George Floyd felt the pain of his knee on his neck as it crushed his, breathing and messed him up. But it is what it is, So let me get some comments and see what's going on, man. I ain't been doing these lives, but I figured I might as well. Pretty Gangster, what's up? Good looking. You already know how we do, BK's finest, for the to watch. Oh yeah, you already know. Hit the like button. You know what I mean? To subscribe and all that. The phone number is on the screen if you want to call. This is a live. I will answer the call. So all y'all that be calling saying, is this live when I do the pre-recorded videos? Now's your chance to call. Now's your chance to call so that you could give your opinion on this topic here. Let me see if I can get to read some of these comments. All right. So, that's what Derek Chauvin is going through right now. I just wanted y'all to know. So if anybody want to call in, the number is on the screen, 917-680-9091. All right? I ain't come up here to be up here that long, so if y'all ain't, got no questions, don't want to call in, let me know. I just want you to know that Derek Chauvin, has been taken to the hospital because, karma is a biatch, as I said, So it is what it is. Put your comments up. I may even do another live later. I don't really like the lives because they like to demonetize the live and then tell you a couple of days later that this and that, you know what I mean? Which is crazy. Now, let me see if I could catch some of these comments. I can't read these comments. Okay. Unique, bless up. All right. Big Phil, what up? I see you. So that's how we do it. Who else is in here? BK's comments. Compared to how we would be. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, BK. Oh, here you go up top. How you think his treatment? Oh, as far as his treatment to Eric to answer BK finest joint, his treatment is gonna be different than ours because they still gonna look at him like a cop, and they're gonna look at us like criminals. So they may have taken the handcuffs off for them to patch him up, but you better believe they take one of us in there, they not taking off no handcuffs to patch us up. That's a wrap. You know what I mean? That's definitely out the question. But, they get treated a hell of a lot different than we do. Doing answering question. Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to catch the questions to see what's going on. So that's how that go. For some reason, my joint is not showing all the questions, so I'm trying to scroll up. So like I said, the phone number is on the screen. It's getting ready to pop up, 917-680-9091. All right? So that's what happened when you get hit up and they got to airlift you to the hospital just so you can get a glimpse into what, Derek Chauvin, or have you pronounce his name, is pronounced. But life is hard in the prison. That's why I tell the youngins, don't go to prison. It's not worth it. Don't tell me I didn't tell you. Don't tell me nobody didn't tell you, because we definitely don't do that. We keep it 100 at all times at Unique Mecca Audio. If this don't deter you from wanting to break the law and hit the streets, I don't know what will. A lot of things been going on. I know this about Derek Chauvin, but, I'm seeing all this going on with the females coming out the woodwork, suing people. I heard they even talking about, somebody mentioned Uncle Luke's name. Uncle Luke said, bring it on. He down for whatever. Uncle Luke went all the way to the Supreme Court for the First Amendment. So he's like, man, y'all got the right one. You think you want to bring me up. I think it was Gloria Velez, that was speaking on, Luke groomed her to be who she is or whatever that is. I can't even believe it. But, that's what that is. But now, Misha, Puffy's baby mother, is his first baby mother, I think that's Justin's mother is saying that she's going to take him to court too. All I can see is her saying, hold up, you gave this young girl $30 million and I got your son and I got to sit here and go through hell to get a dime from you. Oh, I'm taking you to court. I want some of that money too. You know what I mean? I want some of that money too. So that's what that is. Now, you know I'm doing a live. So what do you want me to do right now? You know, you see how crazy people is? They see me doing a live and they call to tell me, check my text. If you sent the text, I'm going to check the text when I get a chance. But I mean, don't do that, man. You don't call and tell me that, you know? No, he was not. The Derek Chauvin, no, he was not in a maximum security prison. He was in a medium security prison, but they have inmates that work their way from maximum security down, but they're still very violent, so anything could happen. And then in those type of yards, even though they drop out yards, right? A dropout yard don't mean that they only keep people there that dropped out. They got people there that, you know, just want to do their time, not affiliated with no gangs, and they know they're not going to go there and cause no problem, so they send them there to kind of be like the older elephants or the older cow leading the younger cow, you know, to pasture, you know? So that's the difference with that, you know? But you got the, it starts off with the camp. They got a camp for the dudes, you know, like the white-collar crime, you know, Europeans, you know what I mean? And then they got the... and then they got the lows, you know, and then they got the medium, you know, each one is a step up. And then you got the high penitentiary, and then you got the high max penitentiary, and then you got ADX Supermax, you know. Furthest I made it was to a medium. They put me out because I refused to tell on a female, you know, staff. They wanted to say that something was going on. They were trying to take her pension, but I wasn't going with none of that. So, you know, that's how that played out. Now, so you all fully understand what I'm saying, right? This prison thing is nothing nice. People come home and act like it's cool. You know what I mean? You know, as far as his treatment in the hospital, right? Derek Chauvin's treatment in the hospital, 9 times out of 10, it was a little different than, you know, than a regular inmate. You know, because of who he is, and you know, don't forget, the jail is in Tucson, Arizona, so you already know those are conservatives out there, so they supported him and his whole movement and felt like, you know, 99% of them feel like he was railroaded, so you know they're gonna roll with him and they're gonna carry the dude that hit him up like if he hit up a correction officer when this was an you know, crooked cop that was convicted of murdering another black man, you know? But they don't care about none of that. So like I said, the phone number's on the screen. If y'all got any questions, text me the questions so I can see what's on the screen because I can't see it. You know, my thing is not moving on my computer side. Okay, let me see. And I don't have it wide enough up there. So if y'all got any questions, put it up or I'm going to tap out because, you know, I'm not really with these lives and all that, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? 7 Ghosts, what up? You know? You already know 100. And like I said, you know, all this that they got going on right now with them going at, you know, black entertainers because they're weaponizing, you know, that law that, you know, you could get a dude for old rape and all of this. So right now, it's crazy because when I came home, it was the stimulus. Everybody was running a scam on the stimulus. You know what I mean? And then now, you know, you're going to get a lot of females running the scam on the rape thing, you know? I'm quite sure, you know what I mean? Some of them is true, so I'm not picking out and saying this person is lying, that person is lying. I'm not going to get into that. But we already know, young ladies, if y'all sitting there right now, you know that you had an encounter, you know, with Diddy or, you know, with all this going on, and you saw him settle his lawsuit so fast with Cassie in like 12 hours. It wasn't even 24 hours. Settled a lawsuit and gave her $30 million. So you say, hold up. And I gave this dude some head in the bathroom? You know what I mean? All I got to do is say that he forced me to do it, and he wouldn't let me leave the bathroom, and I could get $30 million. So now they go and they contact the lawyer, and they say, look, he forced me to, you know, give him oral sex in the bathroom. You see how this thing works? Do you see how this thing works? You know, so anybody could just go in and just do what they want to do, you know. So it is what it is, man, you know. But it's a sad day and time when you could come back and say 30 years ago, back in 1991, this man did this and that to me and then expect to get a big payday. What is going on out here? You know, but welcome to the justice system, you know, but it's hard, man. I've been on here long enough. I just want to tap in. I'll probably do another one later on and just do a recap of everything. I'm just making sure my system working right. I don't have my screen open up all the way to read all my comments and they moving slower coming in on my laptop. Don't ask me why, but that's what it is. So I probably will be doing it later on tonight. But like I said, the phone number is there on the screen. Ain't nobody using the number, so ain't no need for me to be here. I just wanted to report on the Derek Chauvin thing, and 9 times out of 10, YouTube gonna play these games, and they're gonna, you know, demonetize it, you know, that way all the views that I get at the beginning, which is when everybody watch it, won't count. And then tomorrow, they'll turn around and then they'll monetize it and say, okay, you could get paid. But now you could get paid from tomorrow on. The views you got yesterday, which is the majority of your views, you're not going to get paid for. So that's why I don't do lives. If y'all want to know why I don't do live, no matter what, they always turn around and make them videos, you know, yellow. You know what they call it, you know, that you only get paid part of your money because they figured out a way to get all your money. But it is what it is, you know, it's all a hustle. Everybody hustling, but they call us criminals. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. So let me see how to tap this out because I've been up here long enough. And I don't think y'all, you know, ready for the live with Unique Mecca Audio, you know? So let me bring this over here on the screen. So if y'all got any questions, and like I said, my joint is up there. So y'all hit it and tap in, you know? So let me give you the outro real quick. I'm about to tap out. All right.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What? Fresh out the can of 26,
Yeah.
he back on the strip, getting back in the mix.
Yeah.
What he mentions a gift.
Right.
You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this.
Real.
Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit.
Yeah.
Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn.
Real.
Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the root men.